It's as if we were commenting your event.
Oh, wonderful.
Live from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. This is the open house event at Cor.Fit. And you have to step on your toes at the end of every sentence.
Okay.
Just to put an emphasis at the end of the sentence, like at Cor.Fit.
Cor.Fit. I just do the head tilt. I don't do the toe thing.
What's up, Saitos? Welcome back to the Sensei Says podcast. I hope you're having a great week. I am Sensei Pascal, and my passion, my devotion is to bring you weekly discussions with successful people, from which I try to find at least 3 pieces of advice to improve your life and mine as well. Thank you for choosing my podcast. Welcome to everyone for whom that might be your first experience, whether you're watching on the YouTubes or listening on whichever platform you're listening on right now. And as a matter of fact, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe, like, comment, share, you know the drill, and review. At the end of this very podcast, I have a promo for you guys, so tune in. I'm giving away a $100 Amazon gift card, so yeah, that's worth the wait. And what's even more worth the wait, it's my awesome and cool guest this week. And guess what? Finally, we've made it. We have a woman on the podcast. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. I am relieved because this was turning fast like a sausage fest. So thank you, Kathy. You've broken the streak. Hey, and speaking of Kathy, for those of you who don't know Kathy, how dare you, first of all? How dare you? Second of all, she is the co-owner and trainer per excellence at Cor.Fit in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And every time I hear those 3 words juxtaposed, I always think about Bret the Hitman Hart from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I have my pink glasses somewhere, my real ones from Bret Hart. And he did a cameo for my 40th birthday. Yeah, I'm 40. Sorry about that. Last year, so pretty cool from the Hitman, but that's not important. Back to Kathy. She's the star this week. So co-owner at Cor.Fit, and as a matter of fact, her gym, her and her partner Sean's were a big inspiration in my own training center, Spartan Fit, SpartanFit.ca in Saint-Julie here near Montreal. So thank you both for the inspiration. However, this week with Kathy, we're discussing OCR preparation, but especially if you want to go from the age group category to the best of the best, the elite group. But all of her advice, all of her tips, training-wise and preparation-wise, will be good for any of you just training, having a workout at home, or maybe you're thinking about doing your first obstacle race soon. So you're gonna find that super relevant. But aside that, just her story about pushing herself and not giving up is really inspiring. So here we go.
So tell me about how you got into OCR. Just a few seconds ago, you told me that you never thought you'd get into the sport, and that your significant other got you into the sport.
Yeah.
You first started as a soccer player, so that's kind of a zigzagging kind of pathway.
Yeah, I mean, I've been an athlete all my life, soccer main focus, and from being a varsity athlete, it was what do you do after that, and was lucky to meet someone who was interested in fitness and happened to coach at this amazing gym where he got me in for free. And
coaches do that.
Coaches
wink,
do
wink.
That. Wink, wink. +1 right here.
There you go.
And from there, I started training and I loved it, and still really didn't really care about racing. And it was a gift one morning. He said, I bought you something. And I thought, ooh, flowers or something.
No.
Like, no, I signed you up for a race. I was like, oh.
Were you disappointed? For real?
No, I wasn't disappointed. But what girl doesn't love flowers?
There you go.
Now I love mud, so.
But what? You obviously got addicted to OCR.
Yeah.
So, and you were a soccer player. So is there a parallel between the two? Because it's totally 2 different sports.
Right. I think the parallel is in sport and just that drive to to be better than you were yesterday, and always pushing for more, and what can I do better, what can I change to get a better result. That competitive edge has always been there for me.
So when you finished that first sprint, that first free sprint, we should say,
Yeah.
with no flowers,
No
unfortunately.
flowers, no.
So what were your first impressions?
This was so much fun. I had fun doing it, and that was something I hadn't experienced in athletics in a long time. And it was like this huge adrenaline rush, and I was like, can I go again? And he said, yeah, but you got to pay for it. I'm like, oh, it's expensive. but now it's like, oh, that's no big deal. Like, I'm in it and love it, and Spartan takes a lot of my money every year.
There you go. So how many races would you do in a year?
This year,
Ballpark.
I've done 15. I'll do 16 by the end of the season.
You see, that's one of the mysterious aspects of OCR. Whenever I see someone with a like times 23 trifecta medal, my first reaction is not, wow, what an athlete. It's how did he get the time and the money to do all of these races? So how do you do that? It's just personal sacrifice? Do you get sponsorships? Well, how do you do that?
It is sacrifice. I'm lucky that I do have a little bit of sponsorship, but it's a commitment, and it's like that drive, that competitive drive, and I want to be out there competing, and I love it. So it's worth the sacrifice for me.
And I think it's a year ago, 2 years ago. It's last year when you went to Greece for the Trifecta Championship.
Yes.
And you got on the podium.
I did.
And you were quite surprised, I think.
It was the last race of the 3, so the Beast, and I'd finished 4th and 5th in the sprint and the super, so I knew I was there, but I just needed a little bit. I needed more miles to catch the top 3, and it wasn't until about 10K left that I got myself onto the podium and held on until the end. So yeah, it was surprised. You're always surprised when you have a podium. It's amazing, but I'd put in the work, so in that sense it wasn't a surprise. I'd done really well all year, so I was really pleased.
And were you racing that particular weekend to get a positioning on a podium, or just for the fun of it, the experience of it, just to push yourself? Was there a particular maybe performance-related goal when you went to Greece?
I think the goal is always to win.
So you were pushing for number 1. There you go.
For sure.
There you go.
Like I said, I'd done really well all year. I had finished 5th in Tahoe in my age group, so I was anticipating that, competing against people from all over the world, there'd be more competition, more people like me who want to be on that podium, and that just made me push even harder.
And what do you think got you from the open heat at your first race through the age group onto the podium? In comparison, maybe in training, in nutrition, maybe the mental aspect of your preparation?
I think all that comes into play.
Okay.
It's training is obviously huge, but the opposite side of training is knowing when to back off. Rest is part of the program.
Yep.
As hard as that is, I'm terrible at it.
But we should talk about it, because a lot of people that are elite at OCR, I think it comes with a certain personality where you always want to be active, you want to play, you want to train, you want to push forward, and I think we lack that side of wisdom where we don't comprehend that resting, doing nothing is actually training without training. So what do you think about the resting aspect of preparation for OCR?
It's really hard. Taper week is the worst week ever. But it is. It's really important. My last race in West Virginia, I had a charity bike ride the weekend before. It was 200 kilometers on the bike. And I did nothing the week up to West Virginia. And I still felt pretty bad.
So that's a negative or a positive?
So the rest is important. I can't even imagine if I'd done my usual taper activities, how poorly I would have felt in West Virginia. But so it is important, and sometimes it takes that kind of experience to really clue that in to any athlete. Like, maybe I should rest.
All right. So 3 pieces of advice for the people that are watching and listening, especially people age group maybe looking to go elite or elites looking to go to the upmost step on the podium.
Yep.
So what do you think can get an athlete up there?
My big difference going from age group to elite this year was focus on being adaptable. So never train the same, throw everything and anything into a workout, be random. Like, don't plan everything. Just come and spend an hour and don't have a plan.
All right.
It's just like a race. Like, you don't always know what's going to happen. Nutrition is a big key. Eating as clean as possible, but not sacrificing what you love. There is always ice cream.
There you go. I was going to ask you.
Yes, I love ice cream.
All right.
And lots of other bad things too, but
Mainly ice cream.
mainly, yeah. But
Favorite flavor?
Oh gosh, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say mint chocolate chip.
All right, good one.
Yep, I love it. Yep.
And third one?
Third one is always focus on your goal.
Okay.
Always keep that in mind and know that it's not always going to be a straight path to what you want.
And when you say goal, would you mean a long-term goal, or would you divide that goal into smaller goals? So if your goal is podium at the World Championship, should you divide that objective to maybe second or first 3 local races, and then moving on to the regional championship and having second place, or maybe shortening your time on the lap? How do you see that?
I think it's important to have your overarching goal as well as some markers that you want to hit throughout your season, and focusing on those one at a time while still keeping that end goal in mind. So yeah, local races are great. We've got a great local race company in Calgary and Alberta that puts on an amazing race, and they're a great challenge. They're different obstacles than Spartan, like completely different.
That's Ex-Warrior, right?
Ex-Warrior Challenge, yeah. They're a fantastic company. Love Darcy.
They should come to the East Coast.
Yeah, Darcy.
What are they
Why
waiting
are we going
for?
to the East Coast yet?
So you're a girl of challenges, obviously. So tell me about your new challenge, because you've been running this place for, I thought, for months and months, and you told me like 10 days.
Yeah,
So it's like a new baby for you.
Yeah,
for you guys.
so official ownership 10 days in with my wonderful partner Sean, who is not here right now, but it's been amazing. Like, we have such an awesome community that's already established here, so that's been nice to just step into that and bring some new toys and new fun things to Cor.Fit that we hope everyone loves. And if you're ever in Calgary, like you are,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Cor.Fit's the place.
train at Cor.Fit. Hashtag train at Cor.Fit.
There you go.
There you go.
And now you've been only 10 days beyond the counter doing the
Yeah.
business stuff. I know it's kind of hard. It's an whole other dimension of the sport that you love. Do you think that the things you are going to learn that you are already learning will help you perform in your sport as an athlete?
That's interesting. I hadn't even thought of the two together, but maybe it'll make me train better under fatigue because I'm exhausted.
Big thank you and huge high five to you, Kathy, and all of the wonderful team at Cor.Fit. Actually, I am wearing proudly the t-shirt you saw in the interview. That was my gift given to me by Kathy. So I'm wearing proudly my Cor.Fit t-shirt. There you go. It says here, I can't read it. The obstacles are made to be overcome. There you go. Should have read that before I taped this outro, but That's me. I'm so professional. So let's revisit the advice we've learned from Kathy. First, be adaptable. So if you want to optimize your workout, especially for OCR, don't forget to leave space for randomness. And one thing I do at my gym here in St. Julie, Spartan Fit, is to do theme training with a dice. So I'll assign an exercise to the 6 numbers, and then my crew is going to perform, or my trainees are going to perform something, circuit training or whatever, and then I'm going to throw the dice and they have to respond on the spot. So that's just one idea, but you're going to find plenty of them on the web. So be adaptable. Second, nutrition. And I like Kathy's point of view, which is a combination of discipline and also reward. So if you keep a balanced / healthy diet, and it comes to the 80% rule. That's also something that I teach at my gym, and whenever I'm speaking about nutrition or fitness, the 80% rule will push you everywhere you want to go. When you train, 80% will do it. 90%, yeah, you're going to raise the intensity, but so will your injury risks. So if you keep 80%, that's like the sweet spot between like a sweet suffering, something that's challenging but fun. You still get all of the adaptations from a hard training, but you're keeping away from the injuries. Same goes for dieting. So 80% discipline and 20% room for your favorite Doritos. I like the Infernos. I'm more of a salty tongue than a sweet tooth. So, but we know from Kathy, it's chocolate chip mint ice cream. So if that's your go-to, go for it. So 80% discipline, 20% having fun. And third, focus on your objective. The path to get there will be crooked for sure. Any entrepreneur, business person, elite athlete will tell you that. It's never a straight and clear and easy way. Be ready to face adversity. Don't get discouraged, and focus on the main thing ahead of you. Thank you, Kathy, for all of the amazing advice. I personally learned a lot from you. Now, what I'd like to know is what you at home have learned today. So please reach me on my social media at Sensei Says Pod. But as of this week, I've got my own personal Twitter account. Oh yeah, at Sensei Pascal, tweeting about a lot of stuff. So that gives me room to tweet about something more than just a podcast. I'm talking about MMA, I'm talking about ice cream, I'm talking about roller coaster. I'm posting videos and photos from my trips around the world, Egypt, Costa Rica, you name it. So it's a really fun way to connect together at Sensei Says Pod or at Sensei Pascal. You pick your choice, but let's exchange on what you've learned today. Always a pleasure to read you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and review on the Apple Podcast or wherever you're listening on. Speaking of Apple Podcast, that is your way to win a $100 Amazon gift card if you leave a 5-star rating and positive review before July 31st. You earn a chance to win it. I'm going to announce the winner on this very show, this quality podcast on August 5th. We've got an archive now. Yes, 7 episodes in. So go nuts through the archives, guys. Share the podcast to a friend. If you want to get the episodes fast and first, don't forget to sign up to the newsletter. And on that note, I'm almost out of breath. I am Sensei Pascal, and I'm going to see you next week. You are dismissed. Saitos, us.
There's a thing called the progress principle that, through history, through data, through whatever, that we as human beings achieve happiness through progress towards a goal.
If you can move well, you'll set yourself up to do whatever it is, your goal, your dream. If you want to run an obstacle course race, whatever it is, move well first and then let everything open from there.